Saturday Social, brought to you by EA Sports FC with PlayStation 5.
James, this is word association. I'm going to throw you a word, a phrase, a name or two, and I want you to write down the first word that comes to mind. Is that all good?
Yeah, all good, yeah.
All right, cool. We'll start off simple. Let's go with London. Little smart there. Busy. See, London gets that every time. Is it as bad as you thought it would be?
Coming from the south, it's quite quiet and stuff, and then you throw it into the city, and it's quite busy. But I'm used to it now. I'm enjoying it. So yeah, all good.
What's the one thing you wish someone told you before you came down to London?
Oh, good question. Yeah, I think probably just the traffic in the mornings. You know, down south it was, if it was 20 minutes away, it's 20 minutes away. Whereas here you have to add on another 15 or something's going to happen. So. Yeah, I'd probably just say allow more time in the mornings. Don't want to be late and get fined from the gaffer. So yeah, I'll say that.
The next one is David Moyes.
Simple, but gaffer. Obviously got a great range of experiences throughout the year and over the years that he's been in the Premier League, and obviously he's doing an incredible job for West Ham. You know, obviously saved them from relegation before, and then obviously delivered a European trophy. So I think an incredible achievement, and you know, you can definitely feel the momentum that is carrying on through the club, and hopefully we can replicate that again this year.
Perfect. All right, cool. This one's a little bit different. I want you to finish the sentence. West Ham are...
It's the only thing I hear around this place. Massive.
Perfect.
Yeah.
How has it been, obviously coming from Southampton to West Ham? Obviously you spoke a lot about how the fans and the players are taking you in, but did you expect it to be so quick?
No, I didn't know. I think it was my debut with the Chelsea game at home. We were winning. I came off and I sat down. I was absolutely shattered, and I looked around the whole stadium. Yeah, it was a great game, but the whole stadium was singing. It was a sunny day, and I thought, you can really feel the enormity of the club, and that's just carried on. Even some games this year, I think we had Baka Topola away in the Europa League on a Thursday night in Serbia, and the away end was full. West Ham fans there singing. I was like, wow, that's a real big fan base, a proper fan base following their team around the world.
How has it been playing in the Europa League this season?
Really exciting, yeah. Something that I've done before, and that was a big factor in why I wanted to join West Ham, to challenge myself in those European stages, and yeah, you want to be playing the highest level that you can, and yeah, there's special nights, and hopefully more special nights to come. Cool.
Next one is non-league.
Probably say growing.
Growing, okay. Yeah. Why do you say that?
I think it's a fantastic place to go and play football, somewhere that I used to go and watch and support my local team. So yeah, I think it gives you a good grounding of football, and obviously you start at the bottom, but you want to be at the top.
Oh, I love that. Cool. Next word is Saints.
I think that's
I love
that's a big one.
I love that. Are you tapped in still with the players and everything that's going on there?
Yeah, massively so. I think obviously it's a club that's close to my heart, somewhere that I grew up as a person, not only a footballer. So yeah, somewhere that obviously I love being, and following them every week. I think it's one of the first things I do after a game is I check the scores to see how they got on, and yeah, I'm sure they'll be back in the Premier League for sure. They've been absolutely flying.
Cool. This one's different again, yeah. And this is because normally when you ask this question, people struggle a lot. So I'm saying the best three midfielders in the Premier League this season.
Oh, that's a good question. I can't even think of.
Okay, I'll go the best midfielder this season for you.
Oh, it's so hard. I've got one for you who I like watching. John McGinn.
I like that.
John McGinn. No, I think watching from the outside, he's somebody who has obviously had a real good impact at Aston Villa. But no, he's a difficult player to play against. You know, you try and tackle him, but he's strong, he can get away from you, he's quick, he can pick out a pass and score a goal. So no, I think he's been a real good player for Aston Villa, and a big reason as to why they are where they are. I think you can easily say teams from Man City, say, but I think I like these sort of players who are going about their business well. Oh, God,
this might be easier.
Okay.
The best three midfielders ever from the Premier League.
Is
that hard? Is that hard though? Is that
in the Premier League?
In the Premier League, yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe not the best three, but I mean, they arguably could be. But I'll go for Stevie G.
Wow.
Yaya Toure and Xabi Alonso.
That is strong. I think all of them deserve to be in that conversation, but normally we hear, you know, the Lampards, the Scholes. How come you went with, obviously Scholes, Stevie G's there, but how come you went with, you know, Yaya Toure?
Played against Yaya Toure a couple of times and just couldn't get the ball off him. Quick, strong, powerful, can score goals. Box-to-box midfielder. And then obviously Xabi Alonso, didn't play against him, but big admirer of his passing and the way that he could distribute the ball. And then I think obviously Steven Gerrard speaks for himself, the way that he carried Liverpool and performed and scored goals. So yeah, it's a good midfield three. I might have missed a couple of big names, but
no, that's all good. That was good. That was good balance, and it was strong selection. All right, cool. Let's go with, you might have already answered, but it might be someone else. The toughest opponent you've had.
I've just missed him out on my midfield three, but I remember against Paul Scholes.
Oh, really?
He came on against us Southampton in my first year in the Premier League, and I think we were 2-0 up. And he came on and absolutely changed the game and schooled me into how to play in the Premier League. Couldn't get near him. Range of passing, just being in the right positions at the right times. You know, I was young and probably unfit at the time, trying to, you know, get close to him. But he showed me how to play midfield. Yeah.
Oh, nice one. All right, cool. Underrated midfielder this season.
Ooh, underrated midfielder. He's not featured as much, but when I've seen him, I really like him.
Okay, Bentancur. I think Spurs fans will love that because they think he's incredible.
Yeah, I think just from the times I've watched him, I think first of all, the thing that stands out is just his energy, the way he can get about. I think he's quite infectious with how he plays. He can pick up the ball, drive, you know, makes good decisions. And yeah, I think he looks quite good on the eye. So I'll say Bentancur.
Okay, this one is a little bit different. Best celebration. You like it?
Kudos, yeah, I do like it.
It's a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice. And I've asked him about it and said, like, why do you do it? And he's just like, I just want to catch a breath, because he's normally going on some mazy before scoring it.
Last one, social media.
So that's a good one, man. We're getting quite deep here, aren't we?
The reason why I said this is because you haven't posted on your Instagram since 2020, I believe it was.
Not for me.
Fair.
Not for me.
Fair.
No, I think for me, you know, when I was a bit younger, I had, you know, you go through that and every player will say it. You see stuff written about you performing and positively or negatively, and I think you can very quickly get swayed with, oh, you know, I've had a good game, oh, I've had a bad game. And I think the hardest thing is to stay level. I don't think you want to get too high when you've had a good game, because you can be back down there. So for me, not to be able to see that and just concentrate on the football is the most important thing. But also I just think, you know, getting a bit deep here, but you as a society, we're always so deep in our phones and looking all the time, and I think there's a lot more to life than just, you know, looking through a phone. So yeah.
Do you think it's harder to be a footballer now coming up in this generation, knowing that that is such a big thing, them being able to go on social media platforms and seeing millions of reviews? Yeah,
I mean, I'm probably going to sound like I'm 50, but, you know, it was only like, you know, 10 years ago that I started to come through, maybe a little bit more, and it wasn't as bad as what it is now. So for the young guys coming through, I think they've even got added pressure to, you know, live up to that social media side of things, and maybe can distract some young players. But no, I think, you know, you can't tell people what to do, but my advice would be to just stick to the football and let that do the talking rather than listening to what everybody else has got to say.
Perfect. No, James, appreciate that. And that was a serious lesson.
Yeah,
I'm even going to take that in as well.
No,
appreciate that. That was word association with James Ward-Prowse.